there, everyone. My name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my mixtapes. This month, this month actually has a little cute title dubbed to it, only because I created this mixtape intentionally for this purpose, for doing a mixtape, kind of thing. But I did this last summer, and because I had a lot going on, if you're one of my regular viewers, you may or may not know my wife Tracy, she had a scooter accident, messed up her knee and her arm really bad, kind of threw the whole summer last year out of whack for us. That on top of we still had to do the Montreal Rammstein show, so there was a lot going on. So this kind of got postponed, and when I was getting ready to prepare for May, I was trying to find just the right collection to put together, and I stumbled across this one. It just happened to be sitting on my computer in my playlist still, and I went, this is perfect. So this playlist here is actually my super sexy summer scooter swinging sounds mix, because yes, this was put together basically for me to enjoy while I'm riding on my scooter like I'm some teenage boy, I'm not having a midlife crisis. I actually enjoy my scooter. You think it's a midlife crisis when you listen to this mixtape as well, but that's not the point. Sometimes you just want to have fun in the summer. So this is having fun in the summer. Let's get into this. We open the mixtape up with Sweet Emotion. This is not the one from Toys in the Attic. This is the one off the Pandora's box set, only because that was the first version I got, so that is the one I always gravitate towards. This is a sweet, super summer tune, man. Realistically, I mean, if you're my age or older, you are familiar with the movie Dazed and Confused, which you could argue is also the genesis for what became that 70s show. And in that movie, every time I hear Sweet Emotion nowadays, that's what I picture, man. You have that beautiful spring day. You're getting towards the end of the school year, that anticipation, everything's going on, stuff like that. It's just, you're loving life, man, and that is Sweet Emotion to me. So to me, when I'm putting together a scooter mix, which is what this was for, was my scooter mix, Sweet Emotion is definitely the song I have to go with. And that guitar work, man, that's cool. Next up, David Bowie's Let's Dance from the album of the same name. This song, one of the biggest reasons it's on here is warm, fuzzy memories of my daughter when she was a little girl. She had Dance Dance Revolution. This was the only song I would actually get up and dance on. I sucked. I got winded. I was on Easy. I sucked. I got winded. I was out of shape at the time. But it's the warm, fuzzy memories of actually, doing a little DDR with my daughter. Just sweet, warm, fuzzy. And it's Bowie, man. And it's Let's Dance. How can you not want to, somewhere you're out in the summer, you get the scooter going to boogie, and man, it's a good soundtrack for this. I just really, song holds up all these years later. Released originally in 1983, man. Weirdly good year for music in some ways, bad year in other ways. Now with this next song, I take it down a notch, just a smidge. And the taking it down a notch, what that is I go with the Ramones, She Talks to Rainbows. And I like this song. One, it's Ramones, so it's a little bit shorter. It doesn't take up as much space, which is kind of nice that way. But I really just like the lyrical content. This whole concept of I don't even necessarily want to say that it's being in love with a woman when talking about a little girl in this context. It's actually being in love with like a little girl, like having a daughter or whatnot, going after what I just talked about, Let's Dance. And She Talks to Rainbows. It's more like having a daughter who might be autistic or whatnot, and she talks everything except for people per se. If you know what I'm talking about when it comes to autism in that spectrum, you'll get what I'm saying. And this is kind of the beauty of this song, but I really like it. I just think it's a pretty song. After that, we go into Blue Oyster Cult, Burnin' For You. This version I took off of Fire of Unknown Origin. This is a good tune, man. I really dig it. This is another song. Um, I Warm Fuzzies once again because of my daughter. My daughter used to sing this one a lot on one of the Guitar Hero games. We had it. She'd sing the vocals on it. I used to love playing the guitar with it. It was just one of those great little things. Yes, lyrical content's a little odd, but my daughter was a teenager at that point, still a little odd. But when you take that away, you just look at it as you're having fun making music with your daughter, which I've gotten to do as well. Sadly, the one song I've always wanted to kind of do with her while she's playing her acoustic and never gotten the chance. Great song though, man. Blue Oyster Cult nails it on this one. This just kind of captures the 80s. This track, we're going to jump a few decades in the future. I Miss the Misery from Liz Hale with Hailstorm. I really should go Hailstorm and featuring, the lovely Miss Lizzie Hale. And Hailstorm is fantastic. I have seen them live. That is a band that is unfortunately kind of hugely overshadowed by Liz Hale. And it's just because that woman has got such a voice. Damn. And this song, this is a strange case of... that strange case of is literally, how it's literally titled on my computer here. I really the song is great, man. It's got great energy. It's got great vibe to it. And when you're going with this kind of mix that I got going on, it's got that right energy that just radiates everything and kind of pulls it all back together. It gets the energy flowing again. During editing, I discovered that I screwed up some of the information on this next track here that I'm talking about, which is Aerosmith Back in the Saddle. This is actually my favorite Aerosmith song. And while it is a Joe Perry, Steven Tyler collaboration, the big claim to fame on this song is that it's Brad Whitford doing the guitar solo. And the reason why this is a big deal is because Joe Perry's the one that typically does all the guitar solos and whatnot. So the fact that this is one of those rare times Brad Whitford was allowed to drop down the solo. And there is a little secret in there as well. On a lot of the albums, especially some of the earlier albums like Train Kept a Rolling, it was neither guitarist in Aerosmith playing the guitar solo. But what are you going to do, right? I want to keep the energy high and flowing at this point. So at this point, I am now listening to Paralyzer from Finger 11. Oh, man. I have accidentally danced down the street to this song once or twice. You get a strut on this one, man. You just can't help it, man. It's just got such a good groove to it. And yes, I have danced on my scooter to this one too, man. Get out there and shake my ass on my scooter while I'm riding around. Hell yeah. Good times. Do my little dance moves, my little step forward, my little step back, my little white man moves, That's what I busted out, man. Get this song going. Hells yeah. Just on my scooter. Great song. Canadian band, really should check them out. I wish that this album wasn't their biggest album. I wish they had more albums that really had kind of popped and got out there more. I mean, this being their biggest album is cool, but I wish more exposure for them than they have had. Going through, getting ready to process everything, getting all the final editing done, and I realized I missed a song. Guns N' Roses, Rocket Queen. Oh my lord, how could I forget to record a video for this one? I must have just been chugging along that day. This is probably my favorite GNR song, man. Not only does it have a great bass groove into it and some kick-ass drumming going on, but, I mean, the whole way around, this song is just loaded with sex, man. And even the second half of the song, the first half is all the big, bad, dirty part. The second half of the song, that's kind of the sweet part. That's kind of the nice part. That's the part that kind of really helps put the song over and makes it just that much better, man. It makes it that much more enjoyable. It's one of those songs that, I think once you've heard it once, you love it every time afterwards. At least that's how it's always been for me. And then you get into the live versions and it's just that much more fun, man. It's just great tune, really. We're back to the Ramones for this one, but this time it's the Ramones covering Jefferson Airplane's Somebody to Love. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Now, there's nothing wrong with the Jefferson Airplane version. I love the Jefferson Airplane version. It's probably my favorite Jefferson Airplane song. This one, however, is just so great, so up tempo, and the production on it is better than the production on the version I have of the Jefferson Airplane version. I don't have a remaster of that one yet. I really should get to it. This version, though, it's funny because when this album came out and my buddy Pete had picked it up and he was playing it all the time and I listened to it, this was the only song off of it I liked back then. I appreciate more of it now than I did then. And I believe I've done the Acid Eaters as a review, so you should always go just check that out. But this song is a choice song to put on this mix. It works perfectly in here. I close out the first side of my mixtape with Death from Above 1979 Sexy Results, which is actually the last song off of their album You're a Woman, I'm a Machine. So for me, it works perfectly. Plus, it's got that little hidden bit at the end, which, just kind of works at the end. And it sucks when I've tried putting this song in a mix where it falls into other parts of the mix, and that little gap at the end drives me nuts, but on a mixtape it works perfectly. Or you can fast forward the 30 seconds kind of thing, no big deal. But Sexy Results is just such a good song, man. It's got great bass pocket on it with the drums going. Boom, 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 boom. I just absolutely get into this song. Death from Above, another Canadian band that I really think people should check out more. Not every song is going to be for everybody, but this song should be for everyone. I wanted to kick off side 2 with something with a little bit of energy. Now, when I originally put this whole mixtape together, there was a few songs I had to pull out because I used them in other mixtapes, or I wanted to switch them out for something with a little more vibe. I purposely did this with this song to put it in, and that is The Police's Roxanne, man. It's just a song. Teenage me would kick my ass for putting this onto a mixtape. He'd be like, what are you doing, man? Adult me is like, no, man, this song makes sense on here. It gets the energy flowing up at the beginning, man. It's got the right groove to it, man. You're all like, Roxanne. Yeah, that was horrible, right? But you can't help but do it, right? It's just, oh, beautiful. Beautiful song, beautiful way to get the first song on the second side with all the energy up and running and going. Just cool. Killer Police tune. This album accidentally and oddly ended up with quite a bit of Canadian content on it, and it was totally unintentional, especially considering I was going with a mix that was supposed to be a little more, fun-loving, sexy, playful, summery kind of songs. And I ended up going with Gob, I Hear You Calling, because one, that bass riff in the middle, just a great song. One of the few songs where I've ever actually said, shit, I gotta take the time to learn that. And every time I hear it, I go, shit, I gotta take the time to learn that. I still haven't, man. Great bass riff. Opens up the song beautifully. Really worth checking out, man. And the chorus on it, it's the chorus that really, especially, like, they even use it where it trails off all the way through into the end. I hear you calling on me out of the night, but it's alright. This is a weird one to put on here, but I put this on here because I love the vocals on this. Alice Cooper, Life of Crime's box set, had some songs on there that were not previously available. One of which is called No Tricks. This was supposed to be on the From the Inside album, but the From the Inside album already had one duet on there with Millie and Billy, and they didn't want to make it duet heavy. I think that was a mistake. I think No Tricks should have been put on that album because this song is just beautiful. The only downside is performing it live would be a pain in the ass. Now, I'd love to see Alice pull this out live now if you can find the right female vocalist on tour with him. Liz Hale should do this with Alice live. It would be absolutely awesome, man. Even though it's all about, trying to get over drug abuse and whatnot, but sexy. Now, there is a point where you just really want to kind of Get down, make love. Boo-doo-doo. Get down, make love. Get down, make love. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Get down, make love. Oh man, another song. You can tell a lot of these songs, if you go listen to a lot of these songs are very bass and drum centric. Very heavy on the bass side with very sexy bass grooves. This one, whew, this one just reeks of sex. And the best part about this one is it is very it's wholly inclusive, non-connected to anything. Like it doesn't sound like it's a gay anthem. It doesn't sound like it's, you know, a straight anthem. It doesn't sound like it's a bisexual anthem. It's just about get down, make love. Get down, make love. This one is going to be really funny, and the reason why this is going to be really funny is every one of these segments I record is 1 minute, and sometimes that can put me into a little bit of a box. In this particular case, the box that it puts me into is the track that I'm talking about is shorter than the 1 minute segment that I'm recording for it. Yeah, so Type O Negative Screw Machine off of Bloody Kisses. It's a cute little sound effects. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, so basically, this great little soundscape that is just basically, you know, this setting up for porn intercourse thing going on. And I love it. I mean, as an adult, as a child, whatever, it's great. I think it's fantastic. Does it stop me from playing this album around kids? Maybe just a little bit. Did it stop me from playing it around my kids? No. But I want to put it in this mixtape because it lines up the next song perfectly. Some may laugh at the way I say that this lined up perfectly with the last song, but it only seems appropriate to go from Screw Machine to Little Miss Dangerous. You're so dangerous tonight. Oh, yes, you is. Ow. Okay, so Ted Nugent. Obviously, Ted is always a controversial character. Always going to be. He does it on purpose. Ted Nugent is definitely a clout chasing attention whore. And I'm going to say he probably admit to it, but that doesn't mean the man does not write good fucking music. And Little Miss Dangerous, man, this is a sexy, sexy song. All about the dangers for men of girls that are into rock and roll, man. Ooh, you gotta be careful of those rock and roll girls, especially nowadays. That's frowned on. Now, after being all dirty, I want to bring it down a little bit. I want to vibe. I just want to chill. And I'm going to chill with another cover. This cover is going to be Summer Breeze. Yeah, that's right. And this is the cover is being performed by Type O Negative, and I'm trying to remember the name of the original group that did it, and I'm blanking on it, so I do apologize. I don't know why I'm blanking because I knew it right before I started recording this, but we're gonna carry on. This song, I mean, is just so beautiful and sexy and delicate. And this song is a spring morning. This song, going back to Dazed and Confused, which I mentioned earlier, this song was also in there, just not this version. But this one would definitely be in a 90s version of Dazed and Confused because it belongs in there. It's that good. I love having female vocalists when it comes to rock albums in the mix. Really dig it. This particular one, I was feeling that the side B here was kind of a little shy on the ladies, but I didn't want to just jam in a song from, you know, Pretty Reckless or from Heart or whatever. I did have a song that worked perfectly though, and that was Beautiful Dangerous from Slash, but it features Fergie, as in Black Eyed Peas fame, doing the vocals. And Fergie's got a great set of pipes. She really does. She's got a gorgeously beautiful voice. And after hearing this song, man, I really think that her doing hip hop in that was purely just a cash move, and she would have done so much better in a rock genre. I think even Slash working with her on a whole album could be beautiful. Okay, One of my all-time favorite songs. Like when I put together, anytime I put together a mixtape where the intent is the love making, this song is always on it. I have ever since I first heard it, man. And we are talking about Queens of the Stone Age, "Make It With You." I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it with you. Anytime, anywhere. Oh my god. This song is just so sexy and so beautiful. And for Queens of the Stone Age, they're really channeling some major Smokey Robinson Motown kind of shit going on this one. Just like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. Absolutely love this song. Probably like this might be one of those songs that would probably go on like a desert island mixtape for me. You know what I'm saying? Whew. Early on, I mentioned how this was a very childish kind of mixtape in a lot of ways, because as you can hear, I kind of bounce back and forth between truly beautiful songs and truly, hey, baby, I'm gonna get down and get nasty with you songs, and yeah, 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 porn star, porn star, porn. Well, this song is no different because we're talking about Rammstein's "Pussy." Love this song. Oh my god, getting to see this song live. Ah, I've got video footage of it, and let's be very clear. When I go to concerts and then you see video footage of me filming at concerts, I'm watching the concert stills. Usually I flick the camera on, just point the camera towards the stage, and I'm still just watching my own eyes. I don't want to watch the concert through my camera. What the hell stupidity is that? This song is fantastic. I mean, absolutely bloody brilliant. And live, it was designed to be a centerpiece of a live show. Oh, so good. So energetic. Finishing off this mixtape with AC/DC's Night Prowler. Ah, Bon Scott. The Final Farewell. I love this song. I have loved this song since the first moment I ever heard it. This is, and probably always will be, if it isn't my favorite song, I'm going to say it's top three. But it is the AC/DC song that I listen to the absolute most. I think this is one of the most beautiful songs that AC/DC ever released. And when they were doing their slow blues, man, it was just magnificent. Shazbut, Nanu Nanu.
Shazbot, nanu nanu.